education and health levels, and lots of other good things, suggests the llama. Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Simcity 3000 with me, Squawker, and today we're going to look at some data because I've decided we're going to do that for once in our city and just see how Sydney's coming along as it approaches its 20th birthday. And elsewhere we are going to try and fix the economy because it's a bit fucked. It's not losing money, but it's going to start losing money if I don't do anything about that soon. One solution I'm thinking of is, because we don't have a lot of money to invest into development this year, is we are going to increase industrial taxes, which is not really ideal, but at the same time, it may be an action we need to take. So what I'm doing right now is we are zoning a bit of additional land for industrial development just here, and we will make sure it is watered up, which it is. That's fantastic. And whatever's left, we're going to use just for a little bit of extra residential here. And also, we're just going to round it out with some extra commercial, just in case commercial demand happens to go up. That is actually all our money spent. Which, yeah, what's more sensible about our financial situation. And in terms of ordinances and petitioners, first things first, legalised gambling has been proposed by the Below Average Intelligence Spoilers League.
Me and my buddies were playing poker the other night and they got talking about how great it would be if the city legalized gambling. It would make for Sims like us who work for a living real happy, and I bet it'll bring money into the city from Sims from neighbouring towns. I don't like neighbouring towns, they don't like me, I don't like them. If you pass legalized gambling ordinance, everyone in the city will be happier and smarter too. Like my daddy always said, there's no better way to sharpen your math skills than laying down a big stack of chips at the blackjack table. Your daddy was fucking retarded, my son. No, you didn't sharpen your math skills, you just sharpened your ability to lose money, but yeah, whatever. So, right, what's the impact analysis on this? There's nothing wrong with a bit of harmless fun. And legalised gambling is just that. While I don't believe gambling will make anyone smarter, this ordinance will perk up your Sims who made a whole city feel better. And I guess that is kind of true. The city does need a bit of a pick-me-up. Aura has not been good for us recently. And to be honest, if it is going to bring money in, we are in a bit of a sitch where we need money. In other situations, I may be a bit more moral and say, no, fuck off, we're not going to legalise gambling, but what the hey, if it's going to make me a bit more money, but it may make a bit of an increase in crime, most likely, I say we will allow the gambling to come in for now. So, and by the way, mediums agree, blue striped socks no more lucky than clovers or pennies. I didn't even know blue striped socks were lucky. Right, anyway, have your legalised gambling. Alright, you made gambling legal. Did I tell you I had the 10 spot riding on your decision? Want to make a little side bet on first year incomes?
I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't admit you have been gambling illegally, but whatever. Someplace far away offers garbage deal, and I say, nah. Right, cool. Right, so that's that dealt with. Has legalised gambling already fixed the economy? I doubt it. Oh, actually, it probably has. How much? Oh, wow, we're actually making 420 a year off legalised gambling. Fucking hell, everyone loves gambling, don't they? Actually, we're making 35 a month. Yeah, that adds up. We're actually making a profit on our ordinances now, actually, so that's good. That means our costs there are covered, and yeah, I'm actually quite happy with that. That's a little bit of weight off me because that means we are making a bit more money. Obviously, we do need to try and increase our income once more, so we actually are going to bump up industrial tax rates up because demand is climbing. So I'm not trying to like curb demand, but unfortunately, I need to increase. I mean, there we go. That's rounded our money up to at least 1,000 per year. It could be higher, but at the same time, I have cut residential taxes just to keep the peeps happier. I may put it back up, which may sound like I'm betraying my citizens, but at the same time, I need to maybe curb population growth a little bit because it's not our service capacity isn't keeping up with population growth. So I may get moaned at, but I'm going to re-increase taxes because I need that money. So for now, taxes are off back up. I don't care what. I mean, yeah, every taxes are on target. So yeah, I'm cool with that. Oh, this guy's not happy, but then again, yeah, I have been ignoring you a bit, Randall Shoop, but don't worry, you will be getting some more stuff invested in over the coming years once we are a bit better. Right, let's see, what do we want to look at now? Well, what I do want to look at is, I want to have a look at some data, because it's time to data it up. However, only 1 month has passed this year. But yeah, since we are approaching the 20th anniversary of Sydney's founding, let's just take a little breather and see how we're doing, really. So let's start off with the aura. It's still quite poor, but hopefully the gambling will start increasing that. We may also try to site a couple more parks across the city just to try and also build up some land value as well. In terms of crime, our coverage is pretty poor with really only 1 police station, and while crime in the hills remains quite low, we are seeing an increase of crime towards these outer areas here, so that is an area where we definitely want to be looking into building a new police station quite soon. And yeah, crooks are roaming free without a jail, so we definitely also want to look into investing in a jail as well to make sure we also have a place to detain the crims. In terms of density, yeah, it's a bit mixed. We've got our low density here, and our density is generally increasing as we get here and here, so we are probably going to work towards making basically, you know, city hill, as I keep calling it. This is probably where we're sourcing our high density stuff, and we're probably going to put some more high density stuff on the other side of the river. That's all way off in the future though, but we are going to definitely start looking at increasing density as we get this way and keep things lighter over here. In terms of power, everywhere except the city hall has power, so that's fine by me. And industry packs bags leaves. Oh no, not leave. No, leaves Sydney to escape high taxes. I'm not really seeing anything abandoned versus. I think the news is just sensationalising again. Flammability. Yeah, fire coverage is pretty piss poor. We need to get some coverage in this part of the city and over here because there is quite a risk of fire. Oh dear, that building's fallen over a bit, hasn't it? Oh dear, the relaxed motel was abandoned. That makes me sad, but we'll work to preventing that because, yeah. How are we doing for land value? Bit mixed once more. The hills hold better land value, as you can see, because we've got nicer houses here as well as a few fucking abandoned buildings. But overall, yeah, in the industrial area, there's no land value whatsoever. But as you get towards a river, like here, apparently this is where we are experiencing the higher land values, especially near the river. So that's all well and cool. In terms of pollution, yeah, air pollution is a fact of life in this area of the city. Water pollution is beginning to rise a little bit, mainly around here towards the seaport, but we must be careful of those pumping stations. We may move them or relocate or something. Traffic remains a bit bad in the city, mainly on these outer main roads, but at the same time I think some of this traffic, I don't know if it represents the railroads as well. I'm thinking that I'm correct, because our railroads are now getting quite heavily used, because as you see, our train stations have remained very, very popular these past few years, ever since we implemented them, really. But at the same time, that is providing relief for the roads. As you can see in here, the roads, we are still having a few roads which are experiencing heavy use, but overall we're not like, you know, just having absolutely loads of red absolutely everywhere, so that's all right. Water, yeah, everywhere has water apart from City Hall, but that'll be dealt with later. Apparently we've got some mysterious loud rumbling noises in Sydney, by the way, so that's always fun. And zones, well, we know what our zones are. We've got our residential, industrial, commercials. We've also got our seaport as well. That's just recently rocked up, so that's all nice. And yeah, let's have a look at some other data. So education. So far, the average EQ, or maybe that's IQ, maybe, I don't know if it works out the same. Average educational quotient for the population is 60. That's piss poor. That's actually generic retardation, as well as a workforce. So we actually still have a retarded workforce if I'm measuring this as IQ. So yeah, we've got retards, but at least the 20-year-olds are quite smart. But then apparently you basically get stupider as you get older. So yeah. We definitely want to work on increasing our education provisions in this city. In terms of health, the population life expectancy is 62. 60 for the workforce, so yeah, once more, we are falling behind on our ability to provide adequate healthcare for the city. So We want to work on that as well. We need a new hospital setting up, and that should hopefully turn the situation around. Population, we now sit on 40,401 people, 65% of which are our workforce, the rest are just young people. But yeah, we also don't seem to get anyone past workforce age. That's not cool. Oh, well, and also like a lot of people just fucking fucked off. But yeah, we definitely want to look at trying to get people healthy enough to live past workforce age as well, because that's quite cruel. Electricity, as you can see, we've got near enough a 50-50 split between oil and coal, which means, yeah, we're not really using anything clean, but then again, nothing is really available to us that is clean, so yeah. But we basically sit at 54% oil, 46% coal, and we are using every year 122,530 megawatt hours, which is a lot. And if you just bear with me for 2 seconds, piss off. And go away. Go away. You'll be dealt with later. Right, and in terms of garbage, we are 100% landfilling. Average production of garbage is 43,000 tons. And that probably doesn't account for what we are adding in from other people. So we are going to look into expanding our landfill capacity soon, in order to maintain we can continue to fulfill this deal. But to be honest, once we've got our economy standing on its own 2 feet, I think I'm going to pull out of this deal, because I don't really want to be filling up my landfills with other people's trash. Other things to look at anyway. Approval rating, it's kind of just hovered around the middle. I don't think there's really any consequence for it going too high or too low. There may be, but I haven't seen them. Residentials, yeah, residents that keep going up. Land value, yeah, it needs to get higher, really. City size, yeah, keeps getting bigger and bigger. Unemployment, 2. So, we're actually doing quite good at keeping unemployment low, at least, by providing, sufficient industrial and commercial workforce areas. Pollution, it's at 8. It's sort of been going up and down. It may be on the rise a little bit. Education, let's just get rid of a couple of these as well. Education is going up a little bit. We want to try and keep it rising. We want to try and maybe make it rise a little sharper as well. Traffic, yeah, once more up and down. It's been going down a little bit. I think that's because of our new railway system as well, so that's definitely helped relieve some pressure. Commerce, zooming up. That'll be thanks to our recent investments in our new commercial zone. National population, yeah, that's just really playing steady. And water, yeah, it went down for a little bit for some reason, but yeah, our water provision is sufficient for now. What else is there to look at? Well, crime, it's at 18 at the minute. We want to try and keep that as close to 0 as possible. It might be increasing due to gambling, but also probably just because we haven't really done a lot of provision for police coverage. Health remains at 62. We want to get that higher. We don't want that to drop. Funds, yeah, apparently they stay very even because we often have nothing. Industry, yeah, industry's getting larger and larger. It keeps going up even if we have taxed them a bit more. Actually, demand has now started to dip, so we may want to think about lowering taxes, because we are seeing a few buildings getting abandoned now, it looks like. Or at least, no, actually no, I don't really see anything abandoned. Well, actually, yeah, we have got a couple of abandoned here. But for now, it seems alright. So, it actually seems to have leveled out, so it's like stagnant. That's fine for now. And power is going wee and up and down. Like, I think that's just because of where power plant's being built. Still, return the gambling ordinance, by the way, and we can return ourselves to honest citizens. So yeah, someone's already contesting it. Gambling has got to stop! The city has become a haven for all manner of ne'er-do-wells and riff-raff of the lowest order. There are abundant opportunities in our city to make a dignified living, and if some Sims have the gambling bug, let them get it out of their systems by investing in something more beneficial, such as the stock market. Mayor Squawker, we simply must clear out the human detritus that has descended upon the city with the advent of gambling. Repeal the legalized gambling orders now, says the excessively cultured. Isn't gambling cultured? Then again, actually, most casinos in Las Vegas do sometimes look a bit tacky, but with all due respect to these culture vultures, I say piff and twaddle to them. Human detritus indeed. Gamblers voluntarily put money into the Sydney coffers by boosting our commercial sector. And though I can't explain it, gambling seems to make the vast majority of Sims happy. I say leave his orders in place. How's our money doing? It's getting higher, but at the same time, I'm kind of interested in keeping legalized gambling in place just for now, just in case we have a bit of an industry collapse. So for now, I'm going to ignore your complaint. Your decision will let gambling increase in Sydney will only increase the decadence we are already seeing written on the faces of the slatternly denizens of the gambling halls. Yeah, you can go and complain, and yeah, you know, I could just stick it to and build a casino, but we're going to look into building a casino next time, my friends. Well, that is where we are going to call it an episode. So what have we achieved today? Not a lot, except we have increased our industry a little bit, but we have put taxes up and we are seeing quite a few abandons happening. So maybe instead of repeating gambling, I think I'm going to actually cut the taxes down a little bit. We are looking close to bringing in 2,000 per year now, so while probably bringing the taxes down isn't going to fix everything, it may help us. And we have just hit 1920 now, by the way, so happy 20th birthday to Sydney. And next time we are going to do some other things. And I think we may also start looking at building a landmark soon once our money is better, because you know what, we've got to celebrate our aging city a little bit. So, yeah. But if that's all, I will see you all on the next episode, my friends, and I look forward to growing Sydney some more. See you later.